Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday, August 6, 2024 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. NORTON, DUNCAN among 185 public officials who failed to make declarations to Integrity Commission. NORTON says a PNC government will downsize sugar industry. Region 3 RDC seeks AG's help to remove persons living rent-free in government quarters. GTU MOE to continue salary increase talks on Thursday, and final preparations being made for Building Expo 2024. Now for the news in detail. A total of 185 persons have been identified for failing to make the necessary declarations to the Integrity Commission. As we hear in our lead story tonight, some of them are well-known parliamentarians as well as regional leaders and senior officials within various agencies. Michael Henry reports.
In the official gazette published on August 3, 2024, the Integrity Commission released the names of 185 public officials who failed to submit their declarations for the period June 1, 2022 to July 30, 2024. Among them are Opposition Leader Aubrey Norton and Opposition Members of Parliament Sharad Duncan and Dineshwar Jaiprashad. Also on the list are a number of regional councillors and other regional officials for all the administrative regions. Former mayors, deputy mayors, and town clerks were also listed. Walter Narine, who is the Director of Solid Waste Management at the Georgetown Mayor and City Council, was also named. Guyana Elections Commission Commissioners Vincent Alexander and Manoj Narayan were also flagged. Former Chief Executive Officer of the Guyana Power and Light Inc., Bharat Dindiyal, and the Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Samaru Ramtahal, were also identified. A number of magistrates including, but not limited to, Fabayo Azor, Alex Moore, Sunil Skas, Crystal Lambert, and Peter Hugh were also published. Chairman of the National Insurance Scheme Ramesh Prasad was listed as well as General Manager of the new Guyana Marketing Corporation, Tishona Lal. According to the Integrity Commission, the public officials listed are requested to submit their 2023 declaration form on or before Monday, September 2, 2024. The Commission said continued failure to file will now constitute an offense which stipulates a fine of $25,000 together with 6 months, no more than 1 year imprisonment term. Further failure constitutes a continuing offense, and the person will be fined $10,000 for each day the offense continues. The Integrity Commission was established to ensure that persons in public life maintain high standards of integrity in the performance of their public functions. This assists in the improvement of the standards of good governance, transparency, and accountability in government. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
Opposition leader Aubrey Norton has revealed that a People's National Congress-led administration will not support the expansion of the sugar industry and has hinted at plans to once again downsize the sector. Here is Trishul Sobers with the details.
I believe that sugar has to be produced in limited quantities. The task, therefore, is ours, to find alternative employment for the people in the sugar industry. I don't think you should close it and leave them without employment.
That was Opposition Leader Aubrey Norton being interviewed by Dr. Asquith Rose on the Globespan 24/7 program on Monday. Norton is also the leader of the People's National Congress, PNC, which is seeking to be elected into government. Under the PNC-led APNU-AFC government from 2015 to 2020, the administration had closed 4 sugar estates across the country, sending some 7,000 plus workers on the breadline. In 2016, the Wills estate was closed, and the following year, the Enmore, Rose Hall, and Skeldon estates were also shut down. So far, the new People's Progressive Party Civic administration has reopened the Rose Hall estate and rehired hundreds of workers, while efforts are on the way to reopen the Skeldon estate. There are plans to convert the Enmore estate into a sugar refinery, while the Wales estate has been converted into the Wales Development Authority. Through government investments, the Guyana Sugar Corporation Gaisuku has made significant strides towards mechanization, and President Dr. Irfan Ali has revealed plans to pursue the production of organic sugar. With an investment of $8.1 billion in 2023 to advance the revitalization efforts of the sugar industry, Guyana saw a massive 28% or 13,155 metric tons increase in sugar production, compared to 47,049 metric tons of sugar in 2022. This was highlighted by Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa during the ministry's end-of-year review. But Norton believes there is no future for sugar in Guyana.
I've been engaging people in the diaspora and at home and on some of the ideas we have for dealing with that issue in Region 6, 5, and 3. And there are other forms of employment that could be found for the people there, while at the same time having the sugar industry at the right size and seeking to make it as viable as it could in the present international and national context. We would not go and just close sugar factories.
But APNU did that, though.
I just said to you the PPP did it, APNU did it. I'm now saying to you, our approach has to be one in which we create employment and bring the sugar industry to the size that is best suitable.
Meanwhile, according to Norton, the current government's investment in the sugar industry is wasteful.
The government, whether we like it or not, is throwing money down a hole.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
The Region 3 Regional Administration has written to the Attorney General Chambers in an effort to determine the way forward over a number of persons who are living rent-free in government quarters, some of whom are not entitled to such benefits. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
During Monday's sitting of the Public Accounts Committee, the Auditor General's 2019 findings in Region 3 were examined. According to Regional Executive Officer Devanan Ramdat, a total of 43 persons were not paying their rent and up to now had not paid what was owed.
Those officers did not pay. However, on the 5th of July, I have engaged the attention of the Attorney General seeking legal guidance on this matter. All the relevant documentation that we have regarding the occupants of these quarters were provided to the Ministry of Legal Affairs, the Attorney General.
The advice being sought is twofold: collecting the rent owed and evicting those who were not entitled to the quarters in the first place. Ramdat explained that there are 94 government quarters in Region 3, and of this number, 45 are currently occupied. There are provisions for eligible public servants to receive rent-free accommodation on the taxpayer's expense. According to Ramdat, however, a number of the staff who were cited in the 2019 report were not even eligible for government quarters to be provided for them.
Some of these persons were overseers.
Hold on, Director. Overseers.
One is an overseer. One was a police officer. Certainly not attached to the RDC's payroll, not an employee. There was a former education officer who should have vacated. We have a laborer.
A laborer.
A sluice attendant.
A sluice attendant.
Right.
Ramdat expressed the view that those quarters should be for persons who live outside of the region but are assigned to perform duties within. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Trishelle Sobers joins us now to report that the Guyana Teachers Union and the Ministry will meet again this Thursday to further negotiate salary increases for teachers. Here's that story.
When the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, and the Education Ministry last met on July 26, the government proposed a 7% across-the-board increase for teachers for 2024 and a 6% increase for 2025 and 2026. The GTU had outrightly rejected this counter-proposal, given that it had proposed a 39.6% increase for 2024 and a 30% increase for 2025 and 2026 a few days prior. As a result, both parties are now scheduled to meet on Thursday, August 8, to discuss a way forward. In an invited comment, the Union General Secretary, Coretta McDonald, reiterated that the members of the Guyana Teachers Union are not satisfied with the current proposal.
As far as we're concerned, the Ministry of Education and the government by executives is respectful and distasteful. Because for you to ask GTU, to say to GTU that you're ready to move on from 2024, you're not prepared to revisit or go back to 2019, 2023, and then for you to come with an offer of 7%, it shows clearly that this government doesn't value education. Education is not a priority for them. They don't value the practitioners who are the teachers. GTU will not, by any chance, accept 7 and the 6%.
McDonald explained that the GTU is hoping that the Education Ministry follow up on its request to revise the said proposal. In this regard, she assured that the union will push for a higher salary increase for the nation's teachers.
Teachers have lives to live. Teachers have families. And when you are going to say to our teachers that you're prepared to give them 7%, it means that you are saying to our teachers, you can pack up and go. We're going in there with a whole lot of disappointment, disgust, but yet a feeling that says GTU is a professional organization and we are ready to represent our members at all costs.
Bilateral talks between the ministry and the union on the new 2024 to 2026 multi-year agreement commenced on July 11 after months of prolonged industrial action by teachers. Prior to this, GTU had been pushing for a backdated collective bargaining agreement, but the government through the Education Ministry has maintained that it is fully prepared to work on a multi-year agreement from 2024 and not 2019 as being initially demanded by the union. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
An array of exhibitors are moments away from finishing the setup of their booths as the International Building Expo 2024 is set to kick off on Thursday. Michelle Henry caught up with some of the exhibitors today and filed this report.
With mere days away from the highly anticipated Building Expo, preparations are moving swiftly at the National Stadium Providence. In fact, exhibitors are working around the clock to add the final touches to their booths as the Expo kicks off on August 8th, this Thursday. This newscast got an opportunity to speak to some of the exhibitors.
Preparations has been good. We got on board, I would say a bit late, but I think the facilities and the organizers managed to put things together for us, so it's going pretty smoothly. As you know, Guyana, fastest growing economy in the world. Also the amount of construction projects and so happening in the country. There's a lot of interest and hype in that sector of the market. So we expect it to be a good turnout. We are joining two of our sectors, the automotive sector as well as the construction sector. So from on the construction side, we do have our hollow clay blocks, paint, coatings, and from on the automotive side, we do have heavy construction equipment and also commercial vehicles.
Meanwhile, Shane Suklal, the creative director of the marketing agency Impressions, which was in charge of maintaining the brand recognition for the Building Expo, relayed the vision behind the design of this year's event.
This year we're focusing on the foundation of sustainability and unity, and that kind of guided our creative process for this expo this year. So as you come out on August 8th through 11th, you'll see lots of green and eco-friendly themes, different elements alluding to what we want to include into the industry.
Meanwhile, the Evening News also spoke with businessman Dave Lal, who revealed what Guyanese can expect from his booth.
I've spent the last 4 decades developing and working in the United States, making this spray foam insulation. We got different types of spray foam insulation. We've got what's called a closed cell foam that's used a lot in metal buildings, and we have the open cell foams which are used in residential construction. Well, we're doing a market study at the moment, but if we can talk about, it's a good question about affordability. So one of my goals here is to work with the builders and get some demonstration projects to show the true value with a Guyanese style built home and using this hot and humid environment.
Meanwhile, Demerara Bank Limited says it will present a variety of innovative services and interactive features at its booth.
We are excited to be here. Reason being, we have our mortgage, which we'll be showcasing. Better yet, it's same-day approval. So when you come with your application and you bring all of your documents, you can have or know the status of your application same day. We're excited to encourage all applicants who are interested in constructing or they're getting their title from the Ministry of Housing. If you are purchasing, please come down to the Amara Bank and check us out so you can learn about our great offers that we have. Interest rate as low as 3.5, and better yet, you can have your approval same day.
Michelle Henry, The Evening News.
Coming up, 2 years later, government still to establish regulatory authority to oversee hemp cultivation, and water rates remain stable despite major investments in sector, says Minister Kroll. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Guys, I think I'm in love! Wow!
Yeah, I was looking at you too.
What? What are you talking about? I'm in the tiles. Where did you get them?
Oh, Mima Decor. Obviously the best tile store in Guyana. Come, let me take you there.
My kitchen, my bathroom, my floors. Mima Decor has everything. And the prices are great too.
So, yeah, I want to have a date now.
We can build on that.
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces three powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these three main causes of engine sludge.
Introducing Jumbo Jet Auto Sales. Are you looking for top quality heavy machinery and trucks in Guyana? Look no further than Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your exclusive dealer for XCMG and Cinetruck. Only 30% down with up to 24 months financing available. Various sizes in motor graders to excavators, compactors to skid steers, and wheel loaders. Not forgetting our amphibious. We have a wide selection of XCMG machinery to meet your needs. Explore our range of Cinetruck dumpers, including 8x4 twin steer, all-terrain 6x6, 6x4 models, and more. Plus, check out our cement mixers in 8x4 and 6x4 configurations. We also customize to best suit your needs. Drop by our various showrooms located at East Bank, Land of Canaan, Eccles, our head office in Georgetown, Ogle, and in Berbice, Chester, and Bushlot to view our impressive inventory. Don't miss out on the opportunity to add to your fleet the perfect heavy machinery or truck for your needs. Visit Jumbo Jet Auto Sales today and experience quality, reliability, and excellent service all under one roof. Only 30% down with up to 24 months financing available. Contact us on 225-8255, 232-0633, 233-3101, or 328-2802. Jumbo Jet Trucks and Auto Sales, the only authorized dealer of XCMG and Cinetruck in Guyana. Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your leading partner in quality machinery.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Some 2 years after legislation was passed to support the development of a hemp industry in the country, the government is still in the process of establishing the regulatory authority needed to oversee the cultivation of this plant, which is of the same species as cannabis. Find out more in this Michelle Henry report.
The Industrial Hemp Act ratified by the government in August 2022, paved the path for the legislation of industrial hemp in Guyana. However, the government needed to establish the Industrial Hemp Regulatory Authority, which will, among other things, accept applications for industrial hemp cultivation license. The Evening News contacted Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa on Monday. Here's what he had to say.
We are in the process of setting up the regulatory authority. The names, I already have the names identified. That is the board.
Oh, okay.
Now I will take the name shortly to cabinet for approval, and as long as it's approved, the board will come into being and they will meet and appoint a CEO, and then the whole operation for hemp will get underway. The people who want license so will make application to the board, and the board will look at that. So I'm hoping very shortly that this whole process can be concluded, and we'll have the hemp operation in process.
It is envisioned that the cultivation of hemp will be done in Region 6 and 10.
The two regions have already been identified, Region 6 and Region 10. So the two regions, we have various areas. Some of the areas might be like the upper quarantine, some areas in different parts of Region 10. So those areas will come under the responsibility of the Hemp Authority to identify those areas. But as it stands now, the two regions have already been identified for hemp cultivation.
However, since last year, the minister had informed that he was in receipt of nominees to oversee the authority. It is unclear why the process is taking this long. In the meantime, farmers and other stakeholders are eagerly waiting to capitalize on this multi-billion-dollar industry. In fact, over the weekend, an expo was hosted along Main Street in Georgetown aimed at showcasing the various uses and applications of hemp. Hemp is the same species of plant as cannabis. Unlike cannabis, hemp contains very low levels of THC. Hemp can lend to the production of hundreds of items including textiles, clothing, shoes, food, paper, bioplastics, insulation, and biofuel. Michelle Henry, The Evening News.
The Guyana government, through the Education Ministry, is still aggressively working to overcome and close gaps in the education system, which were caused by the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Trishul Sobers has this story.
According to Education Minister Priya Manikchad, Guyana is finally climbing out of the COVID-19 slump, but there are still some challenges hindering the nation's children from performing at their best. In this regard, she disclosed that strategic programs are being implemented to address the learning loss experienced during the 2-year period. It was noted that most of the interventions are tailored for high school students in grades 10 and 11. Given that Guyana is working cohesively with the Caribbean Examinations Council (CXC) to increase the overall regional performance in crucial topics such as mathematics. Last year, the region recorded a 43% pass rate when compared to 37% in 2022, whilst Guyana independently recorded a pass rate of 34% for 2023 and 2022.
We believe that we have some interventions that will make a difference, and you'll see us rolling that out. For one, all children at grades 10 and 11, that would be 4th and 5th form, will receive certain material: geometry set, calculator, graph books, mathematics textbooks, past papers, guidance to websites about where they can access reinforcement, and lessons every afternoon through our distance education means. But it's not only the books, which we are getting and working on, workbooks, textbooks, readers. It's the retraining of teachers, it's the involvement of parents, and it's a constant monitoring and evaluation as we go along to make sure that children are gaining the skills that they're supposed to gain at the appropriate levels.
The issue of performance in mathematics has long plagued the region. However, the Caribbean is determined to address the long-standing challenge at the primary and secondary school levels. In fact, Guyana has begun curating learning materials specific to the nation's children to aid in eliminating the issue. Minister Manikchad explained that this particular intervention is actively being pursued not only for mathematics but also for English language.
We have to start seeing more children able to read at grade level. So we're looking at and currently creating material that would change our literacy rates. What we want is that by grade 3, every child is a reader. And, reading is not only reading, it's reading and comprehending. It's knowing what you read. We believe it can happen, but we believe it has to come with a dedication from the teachers and the persons who are supervising those teachers.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
A U.S.-based Guyanese educator is in the country to host summer classes aimed at improving the performances of students in the area of mathematics. These classes are being supported by the government of Guyana, with Minister of Public Affairs Kwame McCoy emphasizing the importance of initiatives like these. Kelroy Williams tells us more.
U.S.-based Guyanese educator Tessa Webb Lewis is currently hosting summer classes targeting 100 students along the east coast of Demerara. The classes started on July 15 and will end on August 9, and they are aimed at improving students' performances in the area of mathematics. Webb Lewis highlighted that there have been poor performances in the area of mathematics among youths in the country. In fact, at the National Grade 6 assessment in 2021, the mathematics pass rate was 36.5%. In 2022, it was 34.72% and last year 38.87%. The pass rate was 40.36% this year.
This program is really an initiative where I wanted to really come back and assist with the development of learning, children learning, particularly in mathematics, because what I've noticed that as a math professional, I noticed that so many students are falling behind in mathematics. And so while the program is aimed at developing mathematics, reading, writing, as well as arts and craft, we want to be focused mainly a lot on mathematics as well, because that's where most of our students are having difficulty.
Webb Lewis, who hails from Guyana, said she first introduced this program virtually in the country last year, where there were 50 participants.
By all feedback from parents. And that is what gave me the momentum to continue until today. 2021, here we are, 2024, and now I'm hosting a summer program with 104 students. Last year we had 50, and this year we over doubled the amount.
Her efforts are being supported by the Guyana government. In fact, Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for public affairs, Kwame McCoy, has donated a total of $200,000 towards the program's graduation ceremony. The minister recently visited the Victoria Primary School, where the program is currently being held, where he underscored the government's continued investments in education.
But the education budget was just about $52 billion, a lot of money, right? But much more now at $135 odd billion. So you see how much more money the government has taken it up from 52 to $135 billion.
Moreover, with the rapid technological developments that is being observed globally, Webb revealed plans of integrating AI into next year's program to further bolster the program's effectiveness. Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
Even though billions of dollars have been invested in the water sector over the past 4 years, citizens have not been subjected to increases in their rates. Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell has contended. Kelroy Williams joins us again with the details.
Over 63,000 residents along the coastline will have improved access to treated water after Guyana Water Incorporated GWI inked about $250 million in contracts to commence infrastructure works on 14 small water treatment plants in Regions 4, 5 and 6. The signing ceremony held last Friday at GWI's corporate office on Visingian Road and Church Street was spearheaded by Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell and GWI's Chief Executive Officer Sheikh Bash. At the ceremony, Minister Crowell spoke about government's investment in the sector over the past 4 years.
So recognizing that there is a huge gap, GWI was immediately tasked under the reappointed CEO was immediately tasked to come up with a 2021 to 2025 vision, macro plan. In our macro plan, we came up with $40 billion that we said that is needed for us to bring water on the coastline to every household, as well as to ensure every household gets treated water.
He explains that it is the government's goal to ensure that 90% of households on the coastline have access to treated water by 2025.
That is why I said the government's commitment to ensure to the households that they get a better quality of service is there. Those large treatment plants alone, we're talking about $8.6 billion. Today, so in addition to a number of upgrade in line filter systems, we're dealing with small water treatment plants today. So we're signing to about another $1.3 billion. That's a minimum when you take into consideration the large treatment plants. Today what we're signing, that's $10 billion.
Against this background and in light of all these investments, Minister Kroll boasted that water rates have remained affordable for the citizens.
Now, all of this is happening for the listeners, all of this is happening. And we have not passed on any additional burden on our customer base. The water rates have remained same. In fact, when we got into government, we removed VAT. We put the subsidy program for our pensioners. We reduced by 5%, and we also have a subsidy for our pension for the first 10 cubic meters.
Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the Birch Reports.
There will be no retraction of the Demerara Harbour Bridge on Wednesday, August 7, 2024. Meanwhile, the Barbiceville Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 5:35 on Wednesday, August 7, 2024 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Let's now take a look at the local stock exchange market compliments of GASI. Inaugural One Guyana multi-sport tournament for this weekend, and Jamal John champions Rick Sansari Memorial Cycle Road Race. Details of these stories and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MACORP.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Birch Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Introducing Jumbo Jet Auto Sales. Are you looking for top quality heavy machinery and trucks in Guyana? Look no further than Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your exclusive dealer for XCMG and Cinetruck. Only 30% down with up to 24 months financing available. Various sizes in motor graders to excavators, compactors to skid steers, and wheel loaders. Not forgetting our amphibious. We have a wide selection of XCMG machinery to meet your needs. Explore our range of Cinetruck dumpers, including 8x4 twin steer, all-terrain 6x6, 6x4 models, and more. Plus, check out our cement mixers in 8x4 and 6x4 configurations. We also customize to best suit your needs. Drop by our various showrooms located at East Bank, Land of Canaan, Eccles, our head office in Georgetown, Ogle, and in Berbice, Chester, and Bushlot to view our impressive inventory. Don't miss out on the opportunity to add to your fleet the perfect heavy machinery or truck for your needs. Visit Jumbo Jet Auto Sales today and experience quality, reliability, and excellent service all under one roof. Only 30% down with up to 24 months financing available. Contact us on 225-8255, 232-0633, 233-3101, or 328-2802. Jumbo Jet Trucks and Auto Sales, the only authorized dealer of XCMG and Cinetruck in Guyana. Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your leading partner in quality machinery.